Dear students, I am Dr. Suganya, working in the Department of Food Processing and Preservation Technology, Avinashalingam University. In the last module, we discussed about the importance of coating materials and hope you all have brief idea about coating materials. In this module, we discuss about food coating materials and methods of coating. Edible coating have been commercially applied to a wide range of food items since 1930s, including fresh and processed fruits and vegetables, fresh, frozen and processed meat, poultry, seafood products, nuts, bakery goods and confectionaries. Bio-coating materials are recently introduced in coating technology due to its biodegradable properties and food safety aspects. Let us see about the objectives. To acquire fundamental knowledge about food coating materials and to study the method of coating adopted in food industries. First, let us see about polysaccharides based coating materials. Cellulose derivatives. Cellulose is the world's most abundant polysaccharide. It is the major building block of plant cell walls, but it is also contained in the cell wall structure of green algae and in membranes of fungi. Despite the wide variety of cellulose derivatives that can be obtained, only a few of the cellulose ethers find applications in foodstuffs, especially methyl cellulose, thimethyl cellulose, hydroxypropyl methyl cellulose, hydroxypropyl cellulose and sodium carboxymethyl cellulose are the most abundantly used polysaccharides. Next one is starches. Starches are among the most abundant of plant products and constitute the reverse polysaccharide of most plants, as well as a naturally occurring bulk nutrient and low cost energy source for human nutrition. The starch is the most commonly used food hydrocolloid because of its low cost relative to alternatives and also the wide range of functional properties it can provide in its native and modified forms, including improvement in film formation of coatings. The next is seaweed extracts. Alginates. All commercial alginates are extracted from algal sources. The industrial applications of alginates are linked to its ability to retain water and its film forming, gelling and stabilizing properties. This is valid for such properties as viscosity enhancement, gel forming stability and stabilization of aqueous mixtures, dispersion and emulsions. Carrageenan. Carrageenan is a generic name of a family of natural water-soluble sulfated galactans that are isolated from red seaweeds. Carrageenan is a complex mixture of several polysaccharides. Carrageenans, which are film formers, are used mainly in food industry as texturizing agent. Carrageenan based coating is they are used as antimicrobial agent carriers. For most of these applications, plasticizers are needed in order to improve their mechanical and structural properties. Next one is agar. Agar is a word referring to membrane of class of galactane polysaccharides that occurs as intercellular matrix material in numerous species of red seaweeds. Sucrose incorporation into the system can increase gel strength as well as the addition of polyols such as ethyl glycol and glycerol. Next one is xanthan gum. Xanthan gum is a major bacterial polysaccharide used by food industry, which is obtained from the secretion of wide range of bacteria of the genus Xanthomonas. Xanthan gum is a pentasaccharide and its structure is identical to that of cellulose. Xanthan gum is readily dispersed in water and has film forming properties. Xanthan gum gels are more efficient than alginates and carrageenan gels in recovering their porous structure after compression. Therefore, gels have increased elasticity in comparison to other polymers and are very suitable to use for the controlled release of drugs and other bioactive components. Next one is the important one is chitosan. Chitin and chitosan are two of the most abundant polymers in nature after cellulose and its derivatives. Chitin does not exist alone but is found in close association with calcium carbonate and protein and other organic substances which make the component stable to most reagent. Chitosan has been extensively studied for coating applications because of its film forming properties. Chitosan films do not dissolve in water and exhibit good wet tensile strength. The methods of preparation of chitosan gels can be broadly divided into 4 groups: solvent evaporation, neutralization, cross-linking and inotropics gelation. Chitosan can form semi-permeable coatings, thereby delaying ripening and decreasing water migration. It also presents some positive effects against fungi and phytopathogens. The next category is based on protein materials. Zein protein. Zein comprises a group of alcohol-soluble proteins, that is prolamines, found in corn endosperm. Based on solubility, molecular size and charge differences, zein consists of 3 protein fractions such as alpha zein, that is 75 to 85% of total zein. Beta zein is 10 to 15% of total zein and gamma zein is 5 to 10% of the total zein. Commercial zein is essentially a byproduct of corn wet milling industry. In the process, corn gluten is extracted with 80 to 90% aqueous isopropyl alcohol containing 0.25% sodium hydroxide at 60% to 70 degrees Celsius. And the extract is chilled to precipitate the zein. Zein coating used in nuts, candies, confectioneries and other foods and for controlled ingredient release. In recent years, zein protein are applicable on apple, mango and shell eggs. Zein coating are also able to reduce oil uptake of deep fat frying of cowpea paste and of starch products like mashed potato balls. Antimicrobial zein edible coating containing nisin, calcium propionate or sorbic acid have been studied to control Listeria monocytogenes of ready-to-eat chicken and cooked sweet corns. Zein protein, soy protein, wheat gluten protein, whey protein. Soy protein used in the food industry is classified based on protein content. Defatted soy flour contains 50 to 59% protein and is obtained by grinding defatted soy flakes. Soy protein concentrate contains 65 to 72% protein is obtained by aqueous liquid extraction or acid leaching process. Soy protein isolate contains more than 90% protein and is obtained by aqueous or mild alkali extraction followed by isoelectric precipitation. The grease resistant paper has been produced by coating paper with soy protein, and improved coated board properties can be obtained by using soy protein as co-binder in coating for paper and paper boards. Soy protein isolate act with antimicrobial components such as nisin, and natural extracts have inhibitory effects against Listeria monocytogenes on ready-to-eat meat products. The next protein is wheat gluten protein. Wheat gluten is the cohesive and elastic mass that is left over after starch is washed away from the wheat flour dough. Here are 4 wheat protein classes based on solubility in different solvents: albumin, globulin, gliadin and glutenins. The albumin and globulin, 15 to 22% of total protein, are removed with starch granules during gluten processing due to their solubility in water and salt respectively. Wheat gluten coating also reduced moisture loss and lipid oxidation of pre-cooked beef patties during refrigeration. Next one is the whey and casein protein. Whey protein remains in milk serum after cheese or casein manufacture. Whey protein, which represents approximately 20% of total milk protein, has many functional properties. The casein is the major protein in milk. It is unique protein because it is only synthesized in mammary gland, is found only in animals. Coating applications on coated peanut have reduced rancidity, improving gloss of sample. When protein used to reduce enzymatic browning of fresh cut apples and potato and improve post-harvest quality of fresh whole apples. Casein protein applied to whole and fresh cut fruits and vegetables such as carrot and apples. The coating have reduced white blush, respiration rate and moisture loss of whole and peeled carrots. The next one is lipid waxes and resins. Lipids are usually added to food coating in order to impart hydrophobicity and thereby reduce moisture loss. An example of a coating lipid is white mineral oil, which consists of a mixture of liquid paraffinic and naphthenic hydrocarbons allowed for use as a food release agent and as a protective coating agent for fruits and vegetables. Waxes are the most common lipid used in coatings. Lipid substances such as beeswax, carnauba wax, polyethylene wax or candidilla wax. Resins are a group of acidic substances that are usually secreted by special plant cells into long resin ducts or canals in response to injury or infection in many trees and shrubs. Resins may be any of numerous clear to translucent yellow or brown, solid or semi-solid. Resins may be shellac of insect origin, either natural or bleached with chlorine. Shellac is the most commonly used resin in coating for hard shell coated chocolates, jelly beans and some fruits. The principal fruits coating with shellac based coating are citrus and apple fruits. Now let us look into the coating methods. Commercial coating may be applied in fruits and vegetables in many ways like rubbing, dipping, dripping, foaming, spraying, brushing and panning, etc. The characteristics of the food, coating materials, effect of coating, coating methodology and cost are the important criteria for appropriate selection of coating methods. First, we look about manual method. Coating material can be applied on the surface of fruits and vegetables by manual rubbing. Soft absorbent cloth or fine bristle brush speed up the process. The product should be left air dried for 15 minutes before packing. The next method is dipping. The edible coating can be applied as a dip or submergence on the food product. Submergence time is usually less than a second. Then the product is allowed for air drying. Dipping has been commonly applicable for fruits and vegetables and meat products. The first reported dipping application was by Florida citrus industry, where the fruits were submerged into a tank of emulsion coating, then conveyed to the dryer or air dried under ambient conditions. Porous basket may be used to drain excess coating. The thickness is primarily affected by viscosity and density of coating solutions and surface tension of coated products. Dipping application is adequate usually for small quantities of commodities. Before coating, the surface must be clean and moisture free. In case of wax coating, if trace of moisture present on the surface of the product, the high temperature melted wax converts the surface moisture on the product into steam and forms pockets and blisters under the wax coating. This wax will be loosened and drop off. The next method is dripping. Overhead drip emitters also apply coating to fruits and vegetables. Different types of emitters may be used to deliver variety of droplet sizes. The commodities tumble over rotating brush beds that become saturated with coating. As the fruit tumble and rotate over the saturated brushes, they become uniformly covered with coating. This coating application method is the most economic one. The direct coating and brush coating of the commodity is possibly by this method. Relatively large particle size of droplets, good uniform coverage can be attained when the commodity has adequate tumbling action over brushes. The next one is the roller brushing. Series of roller brushes rotating less than 100 rpm are used to apply coating materials on food products. The roller brushes rotate and spin the product and spread the coating materials uniformly on the product surface. The roller brushes should be saturated with the coating solution before coating process. Food material should be completely dry before application of coating solution. The coating solution is sprayed on the surface of the fruits over a bed of brushes. An electronic timer may be used to prevent excessive use of wax during coating. The roller brushes should have 50% horsehair to spread the coating solution on the fruit surface. The next method is foaming. A foaming agent is added to the coating material or compressed air is blown into the application tank. Extensive tumbling action is necessary to break the foam for uniform distribution. The agitated foam is applied to commodities moving by on rollers and cloth flaps or brushes that distribute the emulsion over the surface of the commodity. The excess coating is removed by squeezing positioned below the rollers and is sometimes recirculated. The coating by spraying is the method generally used in most cases. Due to high pressure, that is 60 to 80 psi, less coating solution is required. Programmable spray systems are available for automation during such operations. This type of emulsion contains little water and therefore dries quite quickly, but inadequate coverage is often a problem. The next most commercial applicable method is fluidized bed coating. Fluidized bed coating is a technique that can be used to apply very thin layers onto dry particles of very low density or small size. It was originally developed as a pharmaceutical coating technique but is now increasingly being applied in the food industries. The fluidization occurs when a flow of material upwards through a bed of particle reaches sufficient velocity to support the particles without carrying them away in the fluid stream. This bed of particles then assume the characteristics of boiling liquid and hence the term fluidization. Fluidized bed coating may be applied to enhance or tune the effect of functional ingredients and additives such as processing aids, for example, leveling agents and enzymes, preservatives like acids, salts, and fortifiers like vitamins and minerals, flavors, spices to increase the shelf life and mask taste, and other additives for ease of handling, controlled release, taste and color. Bakery products are commonly coated using the fluidized bed techniques, including a variety of leavening system ingredients, vitamin C, acetic acid, lactic acid, potassium sorbate, sorbic acid, calcium propionate and salt. The meat industry, several food acids have been fluid bed encapsulated to develop color and flavor systems. They are also used to achieve a reproducible pH in cured meat products and to shorten their processing time. The fluid bed encapsulated salt is used in meats to prevent development of rancidity as well as premature set due to myofibrils binding. To downside of this coating application technique, it is relatively high cost. The next commercial method is spraying. When the thin and uniform coating is required for certain surfaces, spraying is useful. In fact, early coating procedures involved sprayers with further distribution over food surfaces via rollers or brushes, followed by tumbling to evenly spread the coating. Development of high pressure spray applicator and air atomizers are specially used for coating of fruits and vegetables. Spray applications are also suitable when applying films to the particular side or when a dual application must be used for cross-linking as it practiced with alginate coating. Just as with foams, heated air can be applied after spraying to speed up the drying process or improve uniform distribution on the surface. Grant and Burns, the scientists, gave a good review on history and application of this coating techniques on fruits and vegetables. In addition, spray coating may be used in combination with pan, fluidized bed and other coating techniques to deposit either thin or thick layers of aqueous solution or suspension and molten lipids or chocolate. The spray nozzle plays a crucial role in the coating process. The pressure, fluid viscosity, temperature and surface tension of coating liquid and nozzle shape directly determine spraying efficiency. Next one is the panning method. Panning is usually employed for coating candies, nuts and some processed fruits that are characterized by smooth, regular surface obtained by the polishing action in the pan. The technology involves a stainless steel pan that is enclosed and perforated along the side panels. The coating is delivered by a pump to spray guns mounted in various parts of the pan. The coating is automized by the spray guns. Panning is a slow process in which the pan speeds vary based on the size of the center. For example, large size nuts required speeds of 15 rpm and sugar grains, the hundreds and thousands, required speeds of 30 to 35 rpm, and air at 35 to 36 degree is blown into the pan to give rapid drying of sugar layers and to remove dust and frictional heat. The hot, soft and chocolates coating are the three main type of pan coated products. The next one is electrostatic coating. Electrostatic coating is a process that employs charged particles to more efficiently coat a surface. A powdered particles or atomized liquid is initially projected towards a conductive surface using normal spraying methods and then accelerated towards the surface by powerful electrostatic charges. This coating procedure is historically used for painting but has lately been adopted for food applications where the considerations of improving coating efficiency and surface adhesion, reducing waste, increasing productivity and achieving more consistent coverage on the surface. Both powders and liquids may be emitted to coat the food surfaces. The powder coating includes coating of seasoning, anti-caking agents and anti-molding agents on cheese. However, the use of liquid electrostatic coating in food is very limited, particularly due to the complexity of food systems. Many food systems contain natural buffering components such as proteins that tend to reduce the charged nature of a solution. In addition, conductivity, viscosity and surface tension of the food vary significantly in comparison with non-food systems. Hence, the exact relationship between these factors and the performance of liquid electrostatic coating system for food applications is not well known. In spite of these difficulties, liquid electrostatic coating has shown great promise in some applications, including the impregnation of bread with edible vegetable oil and coating of confectionery and chocolate products. Let's see about the summary. Coating materials are categorized as polysaccharides based coating materials, protein based and lipid based materials. Cellulose derivatives like starch, modified starch, seaweed extract like alginates, carrageenan and agar protein based coating materials such as zein protein, soy protein, wheat gluten, whey protein and casein protein, and lipids, waxes and resins are also used in food coating. Dipping, dripping, foaming, spraying, fluidizing, electrostatic or some of the methods are used in coating of food materials in food industries. Hope you all have basic knowledge on materials and methods of food coating.